even think I should just call these Molly bit off more than she can chew. Hello, welcome to the floor. We are calling it quits for tonight. We did get the frame mostly built for the bed. Actually, we got all the demolition done, and now we're putting the frame in. I'll show you that in a second. Tomorrow, it looks like we are going to be putting the floor down for the shelving unit that we're going to have in there, so I can put bins and things in under my bed. And then we're going to start designing out the cabinets that are going to go under the very edge. So we got quite a bit done today. We've made a hell of a mess, and I will see you tomorrow. Hi, Bobo. There's so much sawdust all over and wood. Okay, so the framing we got done tonight. This part is going to have cabinet doors that open out quite a bit further. That blue line is where the edge of the cabinet's going to be. So doors are going to open here, and I can put bins into this area here. We're going to put a piece of plywood down here tomorrow. This is going to be kind of a curio cabinet. We've got the platform the bed's going to sit on here, going back towards that wall there. A lovely window. It is very dark outside all of a sudden. That is not going to be cabinet, but we're going to put something there very cool. I will show you when that's completed. And then we've got another bookcase cabinet that's going to be here, all the way up to the edge of the bed. We're going to have steps that go up so I can climb into bed that way. And Bobo can hopefully get up there too. And then over here, you can't see it, the tape's right there. Anyway, that is where the couch is going to be. We have a little carpet that's going to go there too. So we are making progress. It's just messy in here. But I will see you tomorrow.
Okay, I am brand new to video making, and I was down with the flu for a little bit, so please have patience with me as I completely forgot to do the intro for today. But we're off to the hardware store. It's going to be a fun trip. We need to go get all of the wood for building the mattress and for drywall.
Sadness.
Yeah, don't break your coffee cup. Good morning. Welcome to, this is day 3. I can keep track of it. And we are putting drywall up on our bed thing. At least it's going to be the background of the bookcase. So hopefully we can do it without having to mud and tape over. We'll see.
So the thing about making a nice smooth wall is that you need to start off with drywall that you're then going to nail up with drywall nails and then cover with mud, which is basically just what it sounds like, mud and some fabric tape that you put on the wall. And then you have to let it dry and sand it, and it's going to take forever, especially because we live in Oregon. So let's move on to a little bit more of a fun project.
So we are going to end up mudding and taping that seam there.
Yep. And probably this here just for good measure, which means we're going to repaint this wall.
Okay.
And by fun project, I do mean it's time to put the floor, or at least the shelf, into the cabinet at the base of the bed. So we're going to cut some plywood for that and head to the hardware store because we need more screws and some other items for around the room.
Off to the hardware store and grocery store.
I gotta know, is there anybody else like me who gets completely distracted by the other things they keep in hardware stores? Like, I found this whole display of botanical Lego sets, and I am obsessed with them right now. I want to know, are you distracted by that stuff? Okay. Leave a comment in the bottom. I would love to hear from you. And we're going to get back to the project. Yes, I also found this outlet cover that I'm thinking about decoupaging with like Mod Podge and things I print off the internet. I don't know. I'm still working out that idea, but that's a project for another time.
Because I am so good at remembering to video, I didn't get any video in the grocery store. So we got the most important thing when doing a construction project. Chocolate donuts. Don't ask me, I don't make the rules.
Oh, come on, Molly. Let's be completely honest. You absolutely do make the rules. And with that carby snack in our system, it's time to get back to the project. We are putting the base of the bed together, the plywood base that the bed will sit on, and I am so excited about this.
Okay, I'm not saying I was doubting the vision, but I thought that the walkway between this wall I have here and the edge of the bed would be way closer together.
Always suspect your visionaries.
At this point, Dad built a wood frame that's going to hold the bed on the platform. So if Bobo is jumping around, nothing is going to fall off from 5 feet in the air. I need to paint that section, but we also built a little bit of a support frame going to the floor so that we could crawl on top of the plywood without it cracking and get the drywall done on the wall.
I am coming to the striking conclusion that this is all wet and it's Oregon.
Yep. It's
It's never gonna dry.
I will say I wasn't completely wrong. Between sanding down the drywall and trying to get it smooth, I think this process took almost a week to get this part of the wall all fixed up and the holes that I'll show you here in a second, right after we have the small crisis in confidence.
Worst drywaller in the world.
Don't be mean to yourself.
No, I'm just calling it how it is.
So you're the drywaller we have.
I am the drywaller you have.
I certainly think I should just call these Molly bit off more than she can chew. But welcome to the project. We are sitting close to the ceiling now because we finally have the box made for this project. I'm so excited. We've got the box made for the bed. Right now, I am putting glue on the wall and hoping it dries anytime soon because it's winter in Oregon. When that does, we can mud and tape and finish off this wall and then hopefully get to some painting soon.
I know this video took a while to finally edit and get up, but I had the flu, okay? At some point we had to take a break and just recover. In case you were wondering why I was finger painting with wood glue, some of the holes in the drywall were all the way through the paper, so we had to make sure that there weren't any flecks of paper that were going to dry at a different speed and time to the other drywall. I got a little confused by the process, but Dad told me this is the way we do it. So finger paint with wood glue first, allow that to dry, fill it in with the mud and tape, and then sand and wait. And another 4 days later, we can paint. I just need you guys to see that Bobo visibly gets upset when I'm up here. There's the heavy breathing and the tongue out because he's a big sad baby. Because Molly's on her bed and Bobo can't climb on the bed right now. Hello. Are you feeling better? I know I am. That flu was the worst, but we're mostly over it now. So today, I thought we would finish up the drywalling and do some of the repainting that we needed to do in the room. So everywhere that we drywalled, it's a different color now from base paint. So it's beiging up the room just a tiny bit. Mostly because everything else that I like to put in here has a lot of color. So the base beigey color makes everything else just pop a little bit more. So we're going to be doing that, and then tomorrow is going to be the really fun project. We are going to Eugene to pick up more wood to build the cabinets with and have lunch at this awesome restaurant I can't wait to show you, and just have an interesting day out. So let's get back to it. I've got 2 more walls to paint, and then we'll call it for today. I'm gonna repaint this beam anyway, so it's okay if we get a little messy. That looks so much better. Now we gotta do that wall. Bubba, you're doing so good. But I need to move the couch. Pardon me. There you go, good boy. I was so excited to get to go to Eugene to go to the hardware store with Dad, picking out lots of things that we needed for the room. I mean, I needed blinds for the windows because I was just using curtains for a while. And so having some blinds and getting to choose how much sunlight would come into my room would be such a nice thing. So the first stop we went to was Lowe's to go pick up blinds and things. They didn't end up having the wood we needed there, so we ended up going to Home Depot right after. I don't know about you, but I absolutely adore the smell in the wood section of a hardware store. Something about that piney smell, the wood smell. I mean, just go stand in the hardware store and take a big, deep sniff, okay? You will not regret it. Look at this cool swirling. Okay, so we have 5 sheets of plywood here. These 2 are going to be the closet doors. I think they're beautiful. And these 3 are going to be the cabinets. So both the bookcase and the stepping on cabinets. Yeah. And again, I think they're just really pretty. And they'll be better when we put stain on them. So normally when Dad's building these cabinets, we've been using birch throughout our house. But we found a couple of pieces of sandy plywood that was about $20 cheaper. So we went with that plywood and it stains up just as gorgeously. And hey, saving money is always a good thing. While we were at Home Depot, I wanted to pick up some string lights, fairy lights for our porch because spring's coming and we're going to be spending more time outside as spring and summer rolls in. That was one of the major things I wanted to pick up. While we were in the area, I spotted a Tandy leather store and I had never been in one of these stores before. But oh my goodness, I have a new obsession. Not only did it smell nice in there, and yes, I will totally say the leather store smelled nice, but it had everything that I want to do with some of my projects. I would love to learn actual leather bookbinding. One of my absolute dream hobbies. If you have any suggestions of what to pick up at a Tandy leather store, well, I might just drive the hour and a half to go back to Eugene and check that out. There were so many different shops that we got to see, but here's just a little compilation of things we went to. We went to Barnes & Noble and World's Market to pick up things for Valentine's Day. I know, I told you this video came out late, but one of the major places we went to was the amazing Jade Dumpling and Noodle House. I'll admit, I have a major soft spot for bao dumplings, steamed pork buns. They are so good. But this shop also does delicious braised beef noodle soup. Dad and I both got the kimchi braised beef noodle soup, which was, I will admit, a little spicier than I like to go. So next time I think I'll just go with the regular braised beef noodle soup. But if you are in Eugene and get to try the food from here, I highly suggest doing that. After lunch, we headed back home and back to our normal projects. So I'm going to call it for this episode. In the next episode, we'll actually get to start building some of these cabinets and hopefully get my room done, decorated, and over with because I am ready to work on some other projects so badly. I have a laundry hamper I want to make. I have all kinds of ideas. And spring is setting in, so it's about time to start decorating our garden. But until then, I am going to get back to work cleaning up the bed and getting ready for the next steps in the project. I will see you next time.